Oh, braised venison, trotter, prunes and... Oh, hello there. Welcome to a £5.5 million penthouse in the centre of Covent Garden. Yes, WC2 people. I'm going to take you on a tour, an extensive tour of this quite extensive property and show you all the quirks and features, all the stuff I like, maybe some stuff I don't like, and show you what you get for 5.5 million in central London. Let's go. Well, I'm just topping up the vitamin D really, polishing up the old caramel. So welcome again to this £5.5 million penthouse. Now I told you I'm going to take you on a tour, so let's get started. That is the entrance hall, which is pretty grand, and you walk out with a view of London, sort of London. We're in Covent Garden, so don't expect crazy views. And then we walk into this huge, right, and we'll show you a big shot of this. Lounge, diner, kitchen, it's very open plan. And given that you've got windows there, windows behind and windows through there and a kind of one there, it feels so much bigger than it is, which is pretty big as it is, and it feels so much more open. So this was actually internally designed or decorated by Elle, the magazine, which, oh, funnily enough, there's a copyright there. So let's take a look at what we have going on for us here. This sofa, despite not having kind of up a bit, does have quite good back supports. I'd say 5.5 million, you're getting a good sofa. And what I really like about this sofa, and as we go through this house, you'll notice this, the colors are quite bougie. They're quite muted, they're quite money. You've got this kind of mahogany brass effect kind of drawer with more Elle magazines in, funnily enough. So this really stands out and adds a pop of color, but it's not a immature green. It's quite a mature, kind of similar to like a kind of forest green or close-ish to a British racing green. And I think that adds a pop of color that this room really needs, because it is kind of gray or Farrow and Ball gray and black, and it needs something to put it out. So whether that was yellow, green, blue, I think you need a pop of color here. And of course here we have a sculpture. I don't know who that's from, but it's a sculpture. And I believe that is, someone famous. And let's test these out. Now, what I like about these is, oh wow, these are really, maybe we'll just film all the videos from here. This is super comfy. And I love this, it's like those coats you get, the kind of sheep, kind of fur, fluffy ones, really nice. And when you sit here, you can see the views that side, you can see the views that side, you can see your terrace, you can see the kitchen, the dining table, everything, even all the way down to the study over your shoulder. So I like this space, and I think it's a really nice entertaining space, but it's still cut away enough from the kitchen. So if we look at the dining room, now listen, if you know me, back support is really key. So, I mean, these chairs are pretty short if you have a look, but let's take a seat because they look uncomfortable. They look really, they're all right. I think I'd replace them. But yeah, they look the part, and I do quite like this table. This is real stone, polished, honed stone on top, which is quite nice. Again, in with the muted colors, matching the kind of black leather and the brown, and the mirror, what is it, polished brass? I mean, it's a bit more polished, but it's polished brass. Again, you're creating a sense of luxury here. I think what they've gone for is looking like a fancy hotel, which is what you want to go for in your flips. Whether your end value is $1 million or 100 grand or 150 grand, you want to put in the best finishes that you can. So if we swing a little into the kitchen, for someone like me who likes to cook, having an induction hob and a nice branded one like Miele is really important. Now, this is actually, I think, an important thing in interior design, because if you look around us, and as you'll see on the tour, the ceilings are pretty high. They're at least, I don't know, if I'm 6 foot, they're 8, maybe higher than that, and it feels really spacious in here. So it's quite nice, whether it's, the lights, the kind of pendant lights that are coming down, or it's a big statement kind of extractor fan like this, I think it's important to bring the level down so the room doesn't kind of escape you. So just consider when you have high ceilings like this, and actually the tracking spotlights also kind of do this, it's nice to kind of play with the levels and add a slight bit of separation here. Now this is a huge extractor fan. Now again, nice stone or stone effect worktop. This bowl, I mean, bloody hell, that's heavy. That's a bowl worth 5.5 mil right there. Now if we take a look on this side of the kitchen, we have The continuation of obviously the rest of the kitchen, we've got the handleless, oh, there's a Siemens dishwasher as well. We have the handleless opening drawers for everything. And this looks like real wood, so painted ash it usually is, and it's actually black. Now usually a black kitchen or a dark blue kitchen can kind of enclose a space, but I only noticed it's black right now because this space is so big and so airy, and it matches the kind of black grey windows, that actually it fits and it works. And I don't really like black kitchens, but it's nice. And of course, soft close. This is a different texture to the rest of it, which again means this blends in with the wall and this stands out with the pattern on the wood. You've got a sink, which I really like because it's not only cut into and made from the worktop, it's actually lifted up, which means that the water and stuff doesn't spill out. So I really like this, and I really like this tap as well. And of course you have to have your fancy black oak chopping boards. It looks like I can chop someone's head off with it. Wow, rich people really don't eat a lot, do they? Look at that, state of that fridge, empty. I really like this. Larder units, maybe because I'm taller, they are so much easier to work with than having an oven down there and putting it in, oh, is the chicken ready? No, this, so much easier, straight in. And again, brand names, probably the most expensive of the certain range you can get. Oh, keep your plates warm. Yes, love it. Microwave for all those nights after you've been to Sway Bar down the road in there. And a single oven there with a few nice shelves and some storage above. Storage is so important. Everything you can see in shot right now, apart from the appliances, is a form of storage. Or it's the freezer in here, Siemens, very nice, or it's the fridge in here. So this is kind of your whole section, and it's so much nicer to have these larder units. Look, they cost more. Would I recommend them in a sort of 150, 200K end value? I'm not overly sure, but if you've got the space and you've got the ceiling height, because it makes a difference, take larder units. Trust me, as someone who cooks and uses the kitchen a lot, having things at this level makes life so much easier, and it gives it a premium feel because it's floor to ceiling. So there's this really big block, which is half the kitchen and half, I don't really know what it is, but look at that. Storage. Now, what did I say about storage? Now, if you're buying a 5.5 million home, you've probably got a lot of Gucci and Prada and stuff, and you need somewhere to keep it. Now, this is a perfect way to do it. And actually, I've seen this a lot in these high-end London homes where they have this kind of, because this would be one open room, by the way, without this big block. You have the kitchen on one side, you've got storage, pantry, utilities on the other, and I really like it. So let's have a look. Let's see what more storage we can find around here. So I'm basically gonna crab along here until I find some storage to show you that, okay, not there, not there. There we go, more storage. Now, I mean, I don't know why these are not used, but this is something that, again, you're probably not gonna do in a lower end property, but when you have the money and when you have the budget, I would recommend adding as much storage as possible. Put yourself in the buyer's shoes. They're gonna walk in and think, well, where am I putting my shoes? Where am I putting my coat? Where am I putting this? So it's really important to give storage. And I think in here, as you'll discover, there is so much storage. And on this wall here, we've got some interesting art. I'm not sure if the painters sort of just thought, oh, very lot Picasso could die and did this, but I dig it, you know, it's definitely using some leftover colors from the rest of the house, but it's something a little bit different. And again, the recessed black spotlights, which, you know, white ceiling, light gray walls, it breaks it up a little bit. And I'll have to show you what's past it in a little bit. Welcome to the landing, the entrance, the hallway, the lobby with these beautiful floor to ceiling, heavy set, deep, I mean, there must be triple glazed windows that make it silent in here. As soon as you open those, it is London, it is loud, it is cars horning, but it is absolutely silent in here. So I'm gonna take you into the bathroom on this level and into the study, which, if I say so myself, is a pretty nice study. Let's go. Welcome to the first bathroom on the first entrance floor. Now this is a duplex, as you might like to call it. The two bedrooms are downstairs, so you walk straight into the main living area, which I think is actually quite nice. Normally it's the other way around, but this just creates a nice vibe of like penthouse and then lower penthouse. So nice black towel right on my left, wall hung toilet here, kind of floating-ish, kind of in the wall vanity as well. The fancy soaps, if it's not Aesop, it's gonna be one of these other brands. And again, there's a real common theme here of storage. Real nice, and actually matching the kitchen. So, you know, if you're getting a big kitchen done, say to the kitchen supplier, if there's sort of not a bog standard one, can you make the rest of the woodwork in the house? You know, because it's the same sort of thing. This is basically a kitchen unit with some mirrors on. And if we walk here into the shower, this is the shower cubicle with a door that's too narrow for me, but there it is. It's got a nice tiled floor and tiled in drain, which looks so nice. And a thing which, you know, big up Ben Richards from EXP, he does this a lot. The thing is here. Why is it here when the thing's here? Well, you can pop in, turn it on, and then get in without getting your arm wet, and wash it without getting your arm wet. Got the rainfall, you got this. What I really like about this is this textured tile. I mean, you can barely even see the grout lines. I mean, it's because it is one big mosaic, it looks like. Your tiler's gonna hate you for doing mosaic, but I mean, the texture on this, you can't beat that. Oh, hello, sorry, I'm busy studying, but come in and take a look at the study. It's kind of a study slash have a power nap area. All my 2 p.m. power nappers, this is for you. You got lower back support and neck support. You got a nice cushion and actually quite a decent sort of chaise medium, not chaise lounge. You've got really interesting artwork on the walls. I'm not going to pretend to interpret it. It's red and green. This, however, just sort of speaks to me about nature, the outside, you know. Yeah, art, nice. I really like these. Now, the wood, metal, and kind of black metal is really in at the moment. IKEA do pieces that, you know, can kind of recreate this effect. But this study is like, it's a nice room. And actually, I think the dark green maybe helps you focus a little bit, you know, compared to having a normal bright white room. And if we come along here, I don't know what this is, but it's something. Of course, Elle notebooks, just to make my design notes on property. A ball of, actual marble or rock. I like this. Is probably my favorite piece so far. I like this. That's some nice artwork there. Stay. And again, that kind of bougie wood, to quote Santander, you know, kind of workstation. Now that, if we look at this chair, I mean, bloody hell, back supports all over the shop. But, you know, a nice office chair here, a nice desk. You know, it's got enough space for 3 people to have a space in there. And if you shut one of them, maybe 4. And again, big windows that open up. And it's silent in here. But as soon as I open that, a cacophony of noises will come in. Another plant that needs water. Oh wow, that's for show, that is. But a nice roof terrace that matches the rest of the property that you're going to see. And finished in Farrow and Ball. I don't know which, I think it's a green. Obviously it's a green. I think it's forest green. I could be wrong. If you know the color charts, tell me which color it is. And let's have a look at downstairs. So we are in the downstairs landing, painted in the same green. I think it's the same green, maybe a little bit lighter than the study. This is a small space, and despite having a dark color down here, the spotlights with the switches that no one can ever work at first, it feels like a really nice space. And that floor, that chevron floor, is continued from upstairs, down the stairs, and into here. So this is the very peaceful and very calm and aptly named blue bedroom. As you can see by the kind of dolphin nose blue, I'm going to call it bottlenose blue, this bedroom is nice. Now it's the smallest bedroom, so it would count as the second bedroom, I suppose. And as we show you around it, you'll see that, you know, I suppose we're in central London, so, you know, it's a decent size. And with the floor to ceiling windows again, you know, my view right now, and this is quite a nice reading niche, I don't think it's actually built for that, but I'm here, is quite nice. And again, because it's so silent in here, even though outside there is crazy and there's people and there's offices, and it just kind of makes you feel at peace, which I think is unusual to feel in a city. Now this is primarily done with the interior design, but also it's very good windows, you know, that effect with the acoustic insulation and probably some, you know, thermal and acoustic proofing and protection. It makes a difference that when people come in here, they're not going to know why, but they're going to feel the peace in here, especially after coming up from busy stations and from being busy around you. So let's look around the room. So as you can see, I'm in the corner of this room, and it is a decent size. You know, you can do a few laps, a very small laps around it. And I think this is a double bed. It looks like a double bed. What I really like about this though, I was like, there's got to be some storage in here. You got to give it a bit of a yank. Oops, don't want to break it. and the light comes on automatically. And again, storage. Storage is really important. Again, living in central London where you haven't got a shed, you haven't got a garden, you may not have your local yellow storage, you want to keep stuff in, and it's important to have this. And again, it's painted in a colour that matches the wall. Now that's important because it doesn't feel like a wardrobe until you look at the handles, until you say that is a wardrobe. It just feels like, you know, it's part of this place. Hello, just hiding behind a curtain as you do. Just want to show you these windows, you know, I don't know, 7.5 foot tall. They open, both of them, give you a quick, oh, the noise, back to peace. And again, floor to ceiling, it costs more, it definitely does. But look at it, so nice. As you can see, this bedroom is way bigger than the other one. In fact, you can see either side of you are 2 wardrobes, almost like a kind of walk-in wardrobe, dare I say it, space. Also with enough room, if you wanted, to put a desk on the right there. And then you kind of come to this side of the bedroom, which is the bed. So it's kind of split naturally, and also having the door on that side adds to that kind of split. So it makes it feel a lot bigger than it is. And waking up in this bed with these views and that sunlight coming in, I like it. Welcome to the last and the biggest bedroom with its own little balcony, which is very nice on a hot sunny day like today. Now you might be able to hear more noise than normal. That's because I've opened the bifold just to show you what the kind of ambient noise outside is. So when you compare it to the rest of the video, you can see just how quiet it is in here. Now, the color in this, I'm gonna guess it's sulking room pink. Tell me if I'm wrong. If you know, tell me. But I really like the color. It's just nicer than the usual kind of grays and whites and beiges. It just gives a nice soft touch to it. It's still white, it's still got white in it, but it matches this and it kind of creates a nicer atmosphere in here, which, you know, you step out on the balcony, that kind of changes a little bit. And as you can see, again, we've got the honed or polished stone side table here added by Elle, the nice gold fixture there, which actually gold can go quite nicely with the pink. And we've got some storage to the left of me with big handles. Now these handles are easily 3 foot long. You might be thinking, oh, bloody expensive. But if you're doing a flip, you know, of a much lower price level, trust me, you can find, you know, handles like this for good prices, and the impact they have on the property, and they're so easy to fit, you can probably do it yourself. The impact they have when someone walks in and sees them is huge compared to some normal cheap handle. And I promise you, it creates a totally different atmosphere. And you know what? So does the tones of the colors used. You may have noticed throughout this house, it's quite muted, I want to say, but it has a pastel kind of theme to it, maybe with some darker green above and the black kitchen, but the colors really suit naturally and they're quite neutral as well. So we're pretty much done with the tour. Why don't we take a look at the outside space?